Welcome back to Outlook Portland. My guest this morning is Commissioner Dan Gardner. Dan, you've been the Commissioner of BOLI since 2002. Proudest accomplishment?
Well, I think my proudest accomplishment was one of the first ones we did in the first few months, which was there was an exemption for meal and rest periods for farm workers in our rules. And I went through a processing. I think that farm workers clearly deserve time to have a lunch, to have a rest period, like every other worker in the state. It was ridiculous to have that there. So I think that was one of the best ones in the beginning.
Now, you've had an interesting career. You're a journeyman electrician, third generation. You've been a member of the House in Salem. You've been served as Democratic leader. You're the Commissioner of the Bureau of Labor and Industries. What's been your best job?
I think every job had a great aspect to it. I mean, there's days I miss being in the Oregon House, you know.
Particularly when the Democrats are in charge.
Well, there was a time I almost made it to Speaker. So, but yeah, I mean, there's certainly things I miss there. But the best job I've had, actually, I believe, is the one I have right now, because you're able to help working men and women. One of the things I'll be doing later this week is announcing the increase in the minimum wage I do every year. I was one of the 3 chief petitioners for the minimum wage initiative that started the CPI for minimum wage. I enjoy every aspect of this job.
Now, Dan, you are not a constitutional officer, and I don't say that to be critical. I just mean that you're not term limited, as are 2 other officers who have statewide positions. Are you planning to remain indefinitely in this position, or are you thinking about other public office down the road?
Well, you know, the interesting thing about BOLI is most people don't know that BOLI's been around for 104 years, and I'm the 8th Labor Commissioner.
Wow.
So a lot of them stay a long time. Whether I will or won't, I'm really not sure. I enjoy what I'm doing now. If another opportunity presents itself, I never say never.
Dan, I read recently that you have been elected the president of the National Association of Government Labor Officials. Congratulations. That's NAGLO. What does that mean for Oregon? Are there any benefits?
Well, I think the benefit is basically what NAGLO is, because some of the labor officials, many are labor commissioners, some are secretaries, some are directors. So what NAGLO is basically the Labor Commissioners Association from around the country. I think the benefit is I'm able to work very, very closely with an awful lot of other labor officials from around the country and with the U.S. Department of Labor to build a better dialogue so we're sharing information better.
And you brought NAGLO to Portland last year, is that right?
Yeah, we did. We had the annual meeting here in Portland. Yeah.
In the time we have left, I want to go back to your past. Third-generation journeyman electrician and a union official with IBEW Local 48. People out there who are thinking about rewiring their house or doing a little home remodeling thing, they often come to this question about, do I go out and hire a union electrician, or do I get my brother-in-law to come over and monkey around with the house? Make the case for me as to why people should go with the union electrician.
Well, I think the simple thing is, you know, one of the 3 divisions I oversee is the apprenticeship division. An electrician who's been through a 5-year apprenticeship, which the union program is a 5-year apprenticeship, is a trained, educated person who knows what they're doing. I don't think that you or other people who've never had anything to do with electricity want to take a panel cover off and stick your hand in there and see if you can get hurt. You can burn down a house. It's a very, it can be very dangerous messing with it on your own.
So what you're saying is that the union electrician, you know, going in is going to have the kind of training experience that you'd want for someone who's going to be dealing with your whole wiring system.
Absolutely. They will have absolutely the training experience, and you'll also know that it's someone who makes a good family wage job, and you're helping to promote more people with family wage jobs.
Dan, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you very much for joining this morning. Continued success as Oregon's Labor Commissioner, and I hope you come back sometime.
Be happy to.
And thank you for joining me this morning on Outlook Portland. I'll see you next week.
Outlook Portland with Nick Fish was brought to you by Azumano Travel. Visit Azumano.com for great vacation offers.